As we start the 2023 model year, our inventory is as good as it's been in 24 months. So we are back to having some available inventories and beginning to grow that, and that's a really, really good, optimistic place to be if you're an automobile dealer in Youngstown, Ohio.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Who's the only local bank with a mobile mortgage app? Farmers. Download the app to contact your lender, calculate payments, securely scan and upload documents, and check the status of your loan. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal, Farmers.
What was 2022 like? It was the tail end of that whole vacuum of the pandemic and the kind of global supply chain shortages that we had, not being able to get customers parts, not being able to get their cars here, people having to order off of an incoming sheet of information, sell them as soon as they came off the truck, and working from extraordinarily low inventories. But as we start the 2023 model year, our inventory is as good as it's been in 24 months. So we are back to having some available inventories and beginning to grow that, and that's a really, really good, optimistic place to be if you're an automobile dealer in Youngstown, Ohio. The chip shortage was our big challenge, obviously, as we found out in this industry, and that really dried up our availability in late 2021 and then early 2022, and it just kept sliding because we didn't have enough chips to assemble the vehicles that we needed to supply the big demand, which continues to this day, a strong demand. So that being said, that seems to be behind us. And so chips are more readily available for whatever reason, and we're now able to get some of those vehicles repaired that we needed to get repaired and get some of the newer vehicles here, and our inventories are growing. And so I think that's really, really a big story. And General Motors had a pretty solid year last year across the country. And we had a good solid year, but we just weren't able to cover the full line of vehicles that we normally sell here due to some of those supply chain shortages. So the pent-up demand, if you will, was out there and continues to be out there. So it's very, very strong. Demand is very, very strong. What we can't do is allow interest rates to outpace that demand. We got to make sure employment stays strong and steady, and because that's our customers. Customers willing to step up to a lease or step up to a long-term monthly payments right there, and you need a job for that. And so that being said, we got to make sure those things kind of go on board with us. But we're beginning to get the inventory, and I think General Motors and Chevrolet in particular will help us to remain highly competitive as we get into the 2023 year. The new models that we're expecting are a lot of lower end vehicles. We're expecting to get back in the Trailblazer business, an entry-level vehicle, if you will, and also the Chevy Trax, which for years had replaced the Chevy Cruze, which we did so well with for so many years while Lordstown was still operating at a strong level. So we are pretty excited about the fact that we are going to get back into those business. General Motors has made some strong commitments, and we'll begin to see some Trailblazers coming in the next month or so, and we'll begin to see some Traxxas coming in within a couple of months as they begin to increase their availability and help us to meet the demand that we have. We have a strong demand for those entry-level vehicles in this marketplace, and so we're pretty excited about GM's support going there. And then, of course, the new products, the EV products coming around the corner, including a reskinned Equinox that's going to be an internal combustion engine on that as well. And so we've got some pretty exciting stuff coming on in 2023.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Who's the only local bank with a mobile mortgage app? Farmers. Download the app to contact your lender, calculate payments, securely scan and upload documents, and check the status of your loan. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal, Farmers.